The first plants, anchoring the ecosystem. Welcome back, fellow gardeners, to EcoAlchemy. Last episode, we delved into the transformative power of water, how to capture it, conserve it, and use it to breathe life into barren landscapes. Today, we're stepping into the next critical chapter of ecological restoration, introducing the first plants to anchor and fortify the ecosystem. These are nature's pioneers, the species that nurture the soil, stabilize the terrain, and provide a foundation for life to flourish. This episode is crafted specially for gardeners eager to create sustainable, thriving spaces, even in the most challenging environments. Through this guide, I'll help you better understand how the right plants harness the magic of natural systems to build a resilient, self-sustaining ecosystem. When restoring land, every great gardener knows that success begins with choosing the right plants for the job. Think of these initial plants as the cornerstone species in an ecosystem. They repair the soil, offer shelter from harsh conditions, and invite beneficial wildlife like pollinators and soil organisms. In dry, high-desert environments, the challenge intensifies. Here, plants must withstand extreme heat, unpredictable rainfall, and poor soil conditions, all while giving back to the ecological system. For these zones, first plants aren't just survivors, they're champions of regeneration. Let's explore the heroes I'm planting in my landscape, the species specially selected for their ability to stabilize the land, enrich the soil, and endure the desert's climate. Trees are often the first to claim their space in a barren landscape, and for good reason. They're multitaskers, offering shade, improving soil quality, and creating habitats for small wildlife. In our case, a must-have species for desert regions is the velvet mesquite tree. Why the velvet mesquite? These trees are exceptional nitrogen fixers, which means they replenish the soil with nutrients that other plants can use. Their expansive root systems stabilize the land and tap into deep water reserves, making them drought-tolerant wonders. Plus, their edible seed pods can feed both humans and animals, creating a food source that's both practical and sustainable. When planting mesquite trees, I'm focusing on areas closest to our water source. Around the pond, for example, mesquites will thrive by tapping into the nearby moisture while offering much-needed shade to cooler plants below. Accompanying the mesquite trees are two superb shrubs that are as tough as they are beneficial: wolfberry and saltbush. Each brings something extraordinary to the table. Wolfberry is a fantastic soil stabilizer with an added edge. It produces nutrient-packed berries that attract birds and other pollinators. This makes them an ecological multi-tool, supporting biodiversity while anchoring the earth. Saltbush, on the other hand, is the rugged trailblazer of the shrub world. Highly drought-tolerant, it tolerates poor soils and prevents erosion, acting as a natural shield for your landscape's delicate layers. Saltbush also supports neighboring plants by reducing soil salinity, a critical role when creating fertile land in arid areas. Strategically planting these shrubs around mesquite trees fortifies the entire area. Together, they form a layered defense against soil degradation while boosting the chances of success for other plants. No ecosystem is complete without reliable ground covers. These blankets protect the soil from erosion, help regulate moisture by keeping the ground cool, and invite the tiny creatures that nurture soil health. For this project, I've chosen a mix of native grasses and a gardener's favorite, marigolds. Native grasses give life to the landscape by weaving their roots into the soil to prevent runoff. They reduce the sun's impact on exposed soil surfaces, allowing moisture to linger longer. That's a big win for desert gardening. Marigolds may surprise you as a desert ground cover choice, but they're more than ornamental. These vibrant flowers attract pollinators that keep ecosystems buzzing while providing natural pest control. By deterring unwanted insects, marigolds create a healthier environment for the entire planting scheme. This dual functionality is key when selecting plants that can do more with less. The magic of an ecosystem lies in its interconnectedness, and the same principle applies to your landscape. Layering trees, shrubs, and ground covers creates a diverse yet unified structure where each plant supports the others. Trees provide shade and enrich the soil for shrubs, while shrubs reduce wind impact and further shelter the ground covers below. Ground covers, in turn, conserve precious soil moisture for everyone. This creates a cooperative system, a garden of mutual benefits. When introducing plants to a challenging environment, writing a good planting plan is critical. Here's how I approach it. Start near the water source. Begin with zones that have the highest chance of success, like areas around ponds or rainwater catchments. Mesquites take center stage here, utilizing moisture and shading the space for lower plants. Protect against wildlife damage. Desert critters are always on the lookout for food and water, and young plants are easy targets. To combat this, I'll use tree guards and temporary fencing for added protection. Consider the seasons. Timing is everything. Plant during seasons that minimize stress for your plants, like cooler months when evaporation rates are lower. Water wisely. Although these plants are drought-tolerant once established, young roots need consistent hydration. Drip irrigation is my go-to for providing efficient and direct water delivery. Gardening in a high desert environment is not without hurdles, but each challenge holds an opportunity to learn and adapt. Young plants will require extra attention, consistent watering, protection from wildlife, and careful monitoring for growth setbacks. When it comes to soil improvement, I aim to work with the land, not against it. Natural materials like compost and mulch will gradually build the soil's health without relying on synthetic inputs. This aligns with my ecological philosophy. Partner with nature to heal the land rather than forcing unnatural processes. Already, I've started experimenting with small-scale plots. These trials allow me to observe how plants respond to desert conditions, offering invaluable lessons that guide my larger planting plan. For instance, wolfberry has proven to withstand unexpected frost, while saltbush thrives even in mineral-heavy soils. Every success or setback teaches me, and I'm thrilled to share these discoveries with you. What makes this effort so inspiring is the ripple effect it creates, not just for individual gardeners, but for entire ecosystems. Mesquites and wolfberries attract pollinators like bees and butterflies. Their roots improve the soil for future generations of plants. The result? A resilient landscape that supports wildlife, produces food, and thrives with minimal human intervention. If you're dreaming of transforming your garden, even if it's just a small plot, these principles can guide you. Choose multifunctional plants, layer them for mutual benefits, and keep the ecosystem in mind at every step. Watching nature reclaim what was once barren land is one of the most rewarding experiences you can have as a gardener. In the next episode, we'll take this a step further by diving into soil building techniques. Compost, mulch, and natural processes will be our tools as we tackle poor desert soil and transform it into fertile ground. The journey doesn't stop at planting. It's an ongoing effort to nurture the land back to health. If you have tips for drought-tolerant plants or secrets for gardening in arid conditions, drop them in the comments. I believe in the power of shared knowledge, and who knows, your tip could inspire someone else on their gardening journey. Thank you for being part of EcoAlchemy. Together, we're not just growing plants, we're growing a vision for a sustainable, abundant future. Don't forget to subscribe and share this episode with your gardening friends. Let's keep building this vision, one seed and one step at a time.